Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. I'm here on Volcano Island. This is a new mod map out by Grimlock RRC, 230.42 megabytes to download. The map looks like this. It is an island, hence the name, Volcano Island. And we start with field 3, this plot here, which has a sort of double farm area, split by a little bit, and a volcano. Look, just there. We can go and have a look at that in a moment. We've got an airfield, an old abandoned airfield off to the side. Field prices are pretty good, actually. We've got some fairly small ones. Plot down here for 92,000, 192. They're not horrendous. There's some forestry areas, a little bit of an island down the bottom here. Some are these ones here. You've got kind of fords, like a little causeway that goes across. Same with this one here. This one, you've got a bridge that takes you to it. We've got a little town here down to the southwest. But then we've got the airfield itself is only 7,774, which is amazing when you consider the size of that compared to everything else. Now, admittedly, that is mostly grass, but you can plough that out. There's a bit of woodland on the side there as well. Some of these plots have woodland with them. It's very cool, but we are starting here at the main farm area. We can talk about slot count straight away because all the equipment is here. I'm on New Farmer, and on New Farmer it's 575 slots, that's all. If you come onto on Farm Manager or start from scratch, it goes down to 255. I'm trying to think of another map that's had that lower slot count for quite a while, that to say. But you don't start with any of the machinery, any of the equipment, any of the buildings you see here. I've taken a little screenshot looking from a different angle, and it will look a little bit like this. Contracts are available on this map on some of the fields. As far as mods go that the map maker has put in, there's one required mod. It wasn't listed in the description, but when you go to download the map, actually no, it didn't automatically download. I was going to say it automatically downloads. It didn't. It was when I went to put the map on, it said, do you want to download it? And that's the Dairy Sheep Pack by erShaba VSR Modding Sir. So that will need to be downloaded if you're going to have it on the map. There's no vehicles or machinery added in, but if we go into our build mode, and we go down to our sheds, we've got a few sheds on the end here. They're kind of tweaks of sort of standard in-game ones. There was nothing under silos, extensions or anything like that, but under production chains we do have a few here. Again, slightly tweaked. There's a couple of them that got higher production speeds. There's not a sell point on here for Platinum DLC stuff, so you might want to put one on. There are various different ones available. But we have got a cheese store, there's a sandwich, where are we? Sandwich shop. We've got a clothing factory which kind of bypasses the need for fabric. You can take your wool and your cotton directly there and it will make it into the clothing, so you don't have to have that step in the middle where you make the fabric and the fabric goes to make the clothing. But it also takes straw, so you can do straw hats. We'll go around and have a look at all of it as we go around. And then under landscaping itself, painting, we had a few extra textures, not too many. But under trees and plants, there was nothing else that stood out. So we start here with our sleep trigger and wardrobe trigger. Pick up in the corner just there. We do have a braid out, fertilizer and lime spreader. We've got one trailer here. I think there's another one further down. Cultivator and seeder. We've got two tractors. We've got a voucher and a fence. Plough and cultivator. We've got a Farmer 400 silo, 400,000 litres standard crop types. And we've got a silage clamp just here. If we go back to the map, from here we can walk up, or we can go around the back if we want to. There's more of an accessible entryway into the volcano here. But you've got an observation point there, the observatory. You can go around there and have a look. There are 20 collectibles. The cartridges, they normally pay about 50 grand. I'm trying to think, did I find one? I'm sure I found one earlier. I will call spoiler alert if I come across one. You can look away. But yeah, there should be, I'm sure it's 20 of those around the map. Oh yeah, the other thing to point out with regard to vehicles and equipment that we start with, if we jump into the pickup, for example, if you look bottom right, 135 hours already on it. It needs fuel. It's going to need a bit of repair. Some of the equipment and machinery has already got quite a few hours on it. So you might need to do some repairs on machinery. You don't have to, but I like it when that's kind of added in. It adds a little bit to it. Although nice and clean though. Sometimes you've got maps and the equipment's filthy as well. What we will do... No, I'm going to leave the Volcano. There's a few bits and bobs around the map, which I think... I'll often say I'll point out the features of the map. But it's nice when you come onto a map to explore, to go out. If you go looking for the collectibles, it's a good way to get around the map and have a look at certain stuff. But I like to leave a few bits here and there for people to try and find as they go around. What we're going to do is head down into this first little bit of town, and then you'll see the route as we go around. It's kind of clockwise, it's a bit of a weird one. I've tried to be as efficient as possible as I go around without too much backtracking, but there will be a little bit. We'll get to that bit in a moment. There's quite a few custom buildings and sell points in here. So we come down here into the little town and have a road traffic accident on the way in. So stop there. So we've got more of our equipment and machinery here. We've got a harvester, header trailer and header. We've got a feed mixer and another trailer just here. We've got a small telehandler with front bucket, and we've got a corn header too. Just to the side here, we've got the barn sell point. Most of the stuff is nicely signposted as well, so you can see what everything takes. So this is your as you can see, silage, grass, hay, straw, that kind of stuff. Sell point. Bales all loose as far as I can tell. It will let you sell here. We go across the way to the rest of the farm. We've got a chicken pen that will do 360 chickens. We've got a cow barn which will do 80 cows. We could go through it, we'll go around the outside. Which will do 80. We have got sheep pasture, sheep pen, that will do 65 sheep. Oh yeah, spoiler alert, I knew I'd seen one somewhere. Cartridge, just there. If you need a bit of extra cash. And then we've got a pig pen that will do 270 pigs just here. Now, as you already saw with the screenshot I showed you, on farm management start from scratch, you don't have any of this. I think I took the screenshot from kind of over there, looking that direction. So you won't start with any of the pens, any of the buildings, the farmhouse, or any of that, or the Farmer 400 silo if you come onto a farm manager and start from scratch. We're going to carry on around. I will come back to the map as I often do, just to show you where we are, where we've been. We've got a lime station just there. We've got a sell point just here. This is... what's this one called? It says depot. So I thought it was the depot. I'm sure it says deposit on the map. Yeah, the deposit sell point is just here. These barriers open automatically when you're in a vehicle. We come around here, we've got a sell point. This is cabinet maker. So the cabinet maker sell point, you can sell planks or furniture here. We've got carpentry. So there's not actually a sawmill on the map, but we've got carpentry just here. All the other thing I'm going to need to do is put some money in, because a few of the sell points I want to buy to show you the productions they have in them. Because there's not a sawmill. Let's buy that. Furniture wood, furniture planks. Wood and planks in, furniture and wood chips out. Where do we get our... oh, that's curious. If there's no sawmill, where do we make planks? Because I thought, oh, maybe it's been converted, maybe it's a tweaked one, so that like a kind of sawmill as well, so you can produce your planks there and your furniture, but that requires planks. I need to check the map. Hang on a second. I'm sure there's not a sawmill. No. Something to bear in mind. There's no biogas plant either on the map. So yeah, with a bit of forestry to do, if you're going to produce planks to bring here, and the cabinet maker, you can sell planks or your furniture there, you're going to need a sawmill of some description if you're going to produce planks. Carrying on from there, we've got a vehicle store and workshop trigger at the vehicle store. This is also the reset point. The reset point is here on this large area. But our vehicle store is just here with workshop trigger next to it. As we come up here, we've got a gas station. And then we've got the station sell point. So we've got the gas station here, but there's also a sell point here, just around the side of it. We've got an electricity charge point here as well. Just there. And then hopefully we'll be back round to the pickup, and we're going to head north on the map. I have to keep an eye out now. I've said it many times before when I've done map tours. As you go round, you kind of make notes of all the things that are there, and sometimes an absence of something skips your mind because you don't come across it, and that's definitely one of them, the sawmill. So heading north, we come to this large facility here. This is Silo Volcan Grains. This is a storage facility like the railroad silos, so you can put in and take out here. As far as I can tell, it's just standard crop types. I don't know what the capacity is. It doesn't say anywhere what the capacity is. It's one of those things when you're doing prep for a map tour with certain silos, when they're sort of 5-10 million litres, it can take quite a long time to try and fill them up. But it is a standard crop type silo. And then if we come around the side here, we've got a buy point and a sell point. So here we've got a point for purchasing various different things. And if we come onto here and go down to our prices page, you will see where it says buying point over that side. That's where we are now. So as you scroll down, anything on there that says buying point, which at the moment is our wheat, barley, oat, canola, sorghum, not grapes or olives, sunflower, soybean, corn, there'll be a few others as well. You can buy all of those things here at the buy point, and then next to that we've got the selling point. So that's a sell point for various different things as well. So we've got storage, buy point and sell point all at one facility. Carry on the road. We have got Vulcan Oil Fast. So it's an oil mill. It does 3 main oils, but they are a higher production speed, cycles per month. Just here, bear with me a second, I'll put some money in so we can buy it and I'll show you. That's better, that should help a little bit. So, if we come over to here, it says Vulcan Oil Fast for 80,000. Click on that. So 24,000 cycles per month, 24,000 and 12,000 cycles per month for our sunflower oil, canola oil and olive oil, so a little bit faster than usual. From here we're going to head down to the docks. The docks is an interesting one. We've got 2 points of sale here. We've got docks and we've got export. When you go through the list of sell points and the things you can sell there, as far as I can tell, there's only 4 things you can export off the island. It seems that anyone that lives off the island has got quite a sweet tooth, because all I could find for the export was cake, honey, grapes, or olives maybe. No, it's more savoury I guess, but yeah, it was very peculiar. It's the only things you can sell. So that's the docks sell point. As I said, it will show you the things you can sell. See, that's a curious one as well. That's showing methane there as something you can sell here at the docks. But there's not a biogas plant. I guess if you place one, they'll produce it. At least you know you've got something you can sell it. And then if we come out here, we've got a sell point here, which is export. Which is there. So back out from the docks, and then we're going to head east, out to the first of the little islands. Just here. So to access this one, we've got 2 points here which are like basically just little fords. The next island is the one that's got more of a causeway, that's a lot deeper, so these ones are fairly shallow. What is cool though is over here we've got an off-road course. There are plenty of mods now available for various different off-road vehicles, whether it be monster trucks, Land Rovers, all sorts of things. So there's an off-road course. I'm not going to run around there, an off-road course, not in the pickup, certainly not. But this whole section up here, if we go back to the map, I will show you where we are. So we started off here at the main farm. We went down here into the town, did this stuff around here. We haven't done these bits here yet. We'll do those in a little while. Did these bits here. Then we come all the way up here, did that section there with the storage depot, the buy and sell point. Came up there to the Volcano oil fast, docks, export. Then we come down to here and we're at this point here. So this whole section here is a rocky off-road course. Which again, something to explore, have a go with various different vehicles. See what you think. From here, we've got a sell point. The little house. There's a nice mixture of forestry fields that are available for use and purchase. There we go. That's the little shop. Again, stuff labelled there so you can see what you can sell there. Nice flat open areas, so for production chains, pastures, you know, anything like that you want to do. If you want to do mostly livestock, if you want to do a load of grass work, there's plenty of areas with lots of grass. Yeah, it's got a nice mixture of stuff. And you've got little bits like this. I'm assuming, again, it's an assumption, I haven't been across all of these bits, but some of the cartridges may be in locations like this. Just adds a bit of colour to the map, doesn't it? So across the ford here, and then we're going to carry on south to the next island. This is the old airfield. Now this one has got a bit of a causeway. It's a kind of leap of faith when you get to here. Restricted area. You can just see the rocks underneath the water, and it's better to go for a more kind of aerial view on this so you don't disappear into the deep water. But as you can see, come up there, you can see the causeway, but this is quite deep. But you won't lose your vehicle as long as you stick to the causeway. There's another one a bit further along, but we'll come back this way because of the route we're going to take. But there's some really nice features on this. Like I say, this is only 7,000 something for this entire island, which you could plan out for fields, again, livestock, whatever you want to do, really. So, where the runway is down here, the runway comes in between the trees. Got a kind of open hangar to the side there, so the runway comes in here. But what's very cool, I really like this has been added in, is this, at the end of the runway. Someone may have had a slight problem. It's a nice little feature, that. Very amusing. Anyway, from there, we're going to head back across the causeway. I do like it when you're on a map and you've got features, you've got certain things that the map maker's added in, things like that which seem a bit comical and a bit kind of, you know, potentially pointless. But if you're doing a storyline, if you're doing a let's play, if you're a YouTuber, or you're just in your head, you just want to add a little bit of immersion to it, things like that really get the sort of creative juices flowing, and you start thinking of ideas and things you could do for storylines with things. It's a clever thing to add. For the pure farmers out there, I know things like that are, you know, they're not necessary, they're not needed, I totally understand that, but it doesn't hurt to have them. So, crossing back over to the next set of sell points and production chains. We've got on the right hand side the grain mill. And then we've got the animal trader, livestock market, just there. Now we're going to head back in and do the few buildings that were just to the south of where we were a little while ago. So I must admit, I did think this set of buildings to the right was the biogas pump. It's not, it's a sell point. So, next up, we are here. Now this is the clothing factory. Do we have this as a separate mod? I'm trying to think now. Did we have it from Grimlock? Possibly. It seems familiar. So we click on that. There you go. So as I said, you can bring your wool, your cotton, or straw. Wool and cotton will automatically get changed and made into clothing without the need of turning it into fabric first. If you bring your straw here, you can make straw hats as well. So clothing factory just there. And then next door to that, we've got sandwich. I have to say, this one of all of them, I don't, it just made me smile. I like the idea of this. So we've got a sandwich shop. Volcano sandwiches. So we click on that. We've got various different sandwiches we can make and the fillings they require. So you've got your bread, lettuce, tomatoes, eggs. But you can make mayonnaise. That one requires mayonnaise to be put in it. So you can make mayonnaise by bringing your oil, sunflower oil and eggs to make mayonnaise. That one doesn't require mayonnaise, but that's a cheese sandwich. And that one requires butter with cheese. I don't know, it's just something a little bit extra, isn't it? To bring in a few different things to try out, other than just doing a bakery or doing something standard and fairly normal. I like that. Sandwich shop. So, from there, around the roundabout, the correct way, which I may or may not have done when I was doing my practice run. So, this, what I originally thought was biogas plant, is just a sell point. This is biotank sell point. You can sell things like seed, fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, those sorts of things can be sold here. So it's just a sell point, biotank, and again, if you go into the sell points and scroll down all the various different things, I know I've shown it before, but it doesn't hurt to go back to it again. So we go to there and scroll up and down until you get to, on the right hand side, it will say biotank will pop up, and I'm sure it was, where are we, seed was one of them, yeah, to the right hand side, biotank. And then, I'm sure it wasn't until we got down to, there we go, solid fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, manure, slurry, and digestate are all things that can be sold here at Biotank. Across the road, we've got a chocolate factory. So not a dairy, this one. Requires you to bring milk and sugar and it will make chocolates. This one won't do cheese or butter. Then from here, around the back, we've got sugar mill, which is just here. Which, as far as I can tell, is a fairly standard sugar mill. Hasn't got increased production speed or anything like that. And then we've got fast food sell point just around here, which is around the back of the building. So from here, let's go back to a map. So we took in that island, the airfield, came back across the causeway there to the roundabout there. Went across the roundabout there, we're taking in these sell points and production chains here. We're now there. We're going to head out and we go southwest. There is a bridge there that takes you over to this island. I won't go over there. It's just forestry on there. If you want to do a bit of forestry, or you can make it your your home plate or whatever you'll do. It's entirely up to you. But we're going to be heading down to this section here for some more sell points and productions. Now I'm racking my brains thinking, it's interesting, things you take for granted that are normally on a map, like I was saying about the sawmill for the production of planks. That chocolate factory will take milk and sugar to make chocolate, but I can't do cheese or butter there. But if I'm going to make one set of sandwiches, it requires butter. I'm just trying to think. Possibly one of the sell points we're going to, or productions we're going to now, might do it. I mean, that's not to say there are so many dairies available in the mods hub for placing. You can put one in, of course. So, the bridge is just there for going across that island. We're going to head down here. I think pretty much the rest of this we can do on foot, 'cause it's all quite close together. So, next up, sell points. Just here we've got the little silo. Around the back, we've got the garden. I'll hop over there. We've got the garden, sell point just there. We've got Ciao Bella Pizza just there. If we go down the alleyway, down the side of that, back out onto the street. So it could be here, that's what I was thinking of. We've got this, the cheese store. Buy that. Ah, there we go, there's your butter. So, butter production, cheese, and we got sheep's cheese can be made here. So that one, the recipe's showing it's the blue churn, which is your regular milk. That one is a yellow one, which is sheep's milk to make sheep's cheese. So we can do those here at the cheese store. From here, it was, where was I going to next? I think it was around the side here. There we go. This is the village grocery. Then around the back of here, we've got the stand sell point, which is just here. Eggs, cheese, butter, and milk. And then if we go out through this alleyway, out the back. Now, this is one point on the map. There may be an issue. So the required mod that I spoke about earlier, the dairy sheep pack, and we've just seen we can make sheep's cheese from sheep's milk. We've got this point here. This is the dairy sheep pasture, which is just here. But there's no dialogue box coming up to tell you how many sheep you can put in it, or whether you can put sheep in it or not. So we come back out and we go to the map. I'll show you where we are. So we've done all these sell points all the way along here. We're now here, which is on this plot of land. So I thought that's what it is. You've got to buy the land. Once you bought the land, it will give you the option. I'm not getting anything coming up. No dialogue box, no option to open that up to put sheep in it, take them out, or anything at all. So it may need an update. I even tried, now I bought the land, I tried to sell the pasture. I thought maybe I could put one of the other ones, because in the pack, if we go to our animals, we go to our sheep, this is the pack just here. So these three, we've got dairy sheep pasture, one we're looking at, we've got dairy sheep barn and dairy sheep pen. So if you want to go a bit larger with your sheep milk production, you can, but it's not letting me access it. So just something to be aware of. You might need to put another one in, or like I say, it may well get an update. But I've tried going closer to it, further away, inside the pen, outside the pen. I can't get anything to come up. So yeah, there we go. And then next to that, we've got 3 greenhouses. Now, even though we've bought the land already, and this is fairly normal for greenhouses, so we own the land they're on now, but you have to buy the greenhouses separately. So we've got 3 greenhouses here available for purchase for 10,000 each. And as far as I know, because they are showing as modded, I think they're fairly standard for a large greenhouse. Standard cycles per month and standard recipes, I think. And there we have it. That's the map. We started there at the farm, did all of that, up round there, out to the top of the map, came out and did the 2 islands around the side, back across the middle, down here, to the southwest. We've done all these, and we're back there. That's it. That's Volcano Island by Grimlock RRC. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.